Good morning. I'm Christy. My pronouns are she, her, and hers, and I am your service leader today. Remember, if your camera is on, we can see you, and you have two choices in the way you view. Speaker view, speaker will be large, and you'll see a few small squares of people, or the gallery view, where you see most of us, and there's a second page you have to click on the side to get to. Please keep yourself muted today during the service unless you are called on for something. And at the end of the service, after we extinguish our chalice, joys and concerns, and a time for discussion in which you will be able to unmute yourself when Diana calls on you. Does anyone have any announcements to share today? Okay. Oh, Jane Hepting, unmute yourself. Oh, you have.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, great. I just want to say how excited I am that we're going to have Dr. Christy Burns be our speaker next Sunday evening at 7 o'clock for a social justice series. We sent out the wrong link at first, but we just one little letter was off. So we've gotten that corrected, and the correct version is in the service announcement that came out a couple days ago. So we hope you all join us at 7 p.m. She'll be talking about the school funding and the school regulations, and I think we need to really understand some of the things that our Florida legislature has done that is hurting our public schools. So I hope you'll join us. Thank you.
Thank you. Russ, you have your hand up?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
So I want to announce that we will have a review of the budget for 2021. And that is sort of it is like the second part of our annual meeting, the first part having been election of officers for the new board. And that will take place on September 6th, following the service. So we might have a few surprises in store for you. So please tune in, don't tune off, but stay on after the service so that we can have our annual meeting. Thank you.
Thanks. Janine, did you have something? No? Are there any other hands up? Because I can't see everybody. Is that it? Okay. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Lake County. We are glad that you chose to spend your Sunday morning with us. We are a congregation who affirms the inherent worth and dignity of every person among us, and we support your search for truth and meaning in our lives. We work to promote peace, justice, and liberty in the world, and we respect the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. We are glad that you're here today. UUCLC is honored to welcome David Crump today to share his thoughts and vision on beauty and spirit. He grew up in Brazil, the child of missionaries, and in addition to church ministry, one of his passions is social justice work to empower those that are marginalized in our society. I remember several times when David and his wife marched with us with UUCLC for social justice. Our opening words today are by Gary Kowalski. We gather here to worship, to seek the truth, to grow in love, to join in service, to celebrate life's beauty, and to find healing for its pain, to honor our kinship with each other and with the earth, to create a more passionate world, beginning with ourselves, to wonder at the mystery that gave us birth and to find the courage for the journey's end, and to listen for the wisdom that guides us in the quietness of the moment. Our chalice lighting words today are by Kimberly Carlson. Recognizing the beauty around us and within us, in voice and spirit, we gather to light our chalice. May we savor the beauty of our abundance and diversity, always cherishing one another and our earth. May we remember to inhale the lushness of life, knowing that we are a people of beauty. Please join in singing Spirit of Life through twice.
Our call to reverence this morning is an adaptation of a prayer of the Diné or Navajo people of the Southwest titled, Walking in Beauty. In beauty all day long may we walk. Through the returning seasons may we walk. On the trail marked with pollen may we walk. With dew about our feet may we walk. With beauty before us may we walk. With beauty behind us may we walk. With beauty below us may we walk. With beauty above us may we walk. With beauty all around us may we walk.
Please sit tall in your seat with your feet flat on the floor. We will enter into a time of silent reflection. Take a breath and relax into your seat. Join me in saying our congregational covenant. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. And now our message.
I just realized I had not unmuted myself. Good morning. As always, I'm thrilled to be here again this morning to be a part of this service with you. Thank you for the invitation. We're going to do something a little different this morning for the message. It's in the form of a photo essay, or perhaps better, a photo meditation that I put together, done as a video. For technical reasons, it couldn't be added to the service PowerPoint, so Kristen is going to share it directly from YouTube. It's a little different process, and we've done some dry runs on it. So everything should go just fine, but if there are any little glitches, just hang in there. I appreciate Kristen and Val working with me to make this possible. The title of the message is Beauty and Spirit. I hope you enjoy it. Prepared for this time of COVID-19, a priest friend of ours, Padre Artur, writes this: May this quarantine that has closed the doors to the streets open the doors to our hearts. There are a few images of doors in our presentation this morning. May they be to us an invitation to open the doors of what we are living and who we are to the beauty and spirit within and around us. Beauty is all about us. but how many are blind to it? People take little pleasure in the natural and quiet and simple things of life. Pablo Casals. Confucius says, beauty is everywhere, but only some can see it. In music, in the sea, in a flower, in a leaf, in an act of kindness, I see what people call God in all of these things. Again, Pablo Casals. In a book titled Landscapes of the Sacred, Belden Lane writes, experience may be akin to what Dorothy Day once said of property. The more common it is, the more holy it is. Writers like Wendell Berry, Annie Dillard, and Lewis Thomas all speak of the most ordinary things, yet find in a weasel's stare, a swollen river, a snail's strange life, something far more than the ordinary. Continuing, Wendell Berry asks, how does one learn to see with their eyes? Whence comes that double magic of recognizing the ordinary as extraordinary and the extraordinary as ordinary? I would add, whence comes that double magic of allowing ourselves to be open to the beauty around us, ordinary beauty, startling beauty, and discovering there something deeper, something that goes beyond just the beautiful to something of mystery, something of the spirit. Even the tiniest critters, if we notice and pay attention, can be beautiful in their own way. This is a Halcid bee on an American coneflower. Known in Puerto Rico as coqui, an ancient legend of the Taino people of the Caribbean tells the story of how this little frog with a huge voice was a special creation of a goddess in honor of her lost love. Often found devouring leaves in the vegetable garden, and by the unappreciative gardener known as simply the celery worm, this caterpillar eventually becomes the eastern black swallowtail butterfly. Did you know that the caterpillar and butterfly are genetically distinct from each other? When the caterpillar wraps itself in the chrysalis, in the darkness there begin to appear what biologists refer to as imaginal discs. At first, the genetic system of the caterpillar tries to get rid of this foreign object, but they are produced faster and faster, eventually overwhelming the caterpillar's defense system. Feeding on the meltdown of the caterpillar's body, these discs become imaginal cells, which in turn come together to form the legs, body, antenna, and beautiful wings of a new creature, the butterfly. One writer suggests that this is where this story of wonder turns to us. Can we see ourselves as imaginal discs, living within a caterpillar world, but working to build the butterfly of a better world? A people launching a new genome of values and practices to replace those of the current unsustainable system? Pause to notice, to enjoy, to relish light, colors, the majesty of mountains. And waterfalls. Serenity. Notice the sense of royalty. And perhaps at times, comedy. Pablo Picasso was fascinated all of his life with the vitality and mystery of ceremonial masks, the notion of the holy masked in beauty. Consider the bright blue fragility of this dragonfly, the intricacies and lacy delicacies of the bud of a night-blooming cereus, or the passion fruit blossom. The rich colors in this incredibly beautiful photograph of a banana flower, taken by an amazing stained glass artist and photographer friend, Kathy Harder-Storm of Sarasota. And how about this unusual seed pod from a tree known in Central America and the Caribbean as paterna? Its soft white covering, as well as the seed itself, are both edible. Or these achiote pods. Inside, the seeds are oily and contain a deep red dye used in cooking and by native peoples in Latin America as body paint. The expression of exuberance and satisfaction as this pelican completes its plunge into the waters. Another unbelievably beautiful action photo by my friend Kathy. This is an actual, unmanipulated photograph of the sun. I know because I took it at the precise moment that Oscar Romero was officially declared a saint in El Salvador. Sacred space, those moments, those places that we come upon, or perhaps better, that come upon us, often unexpectedly, in nature or in works of art, in poetry, in music, in our places of worship, spaces where we experience ourselves standing at a boundary, in between, a threshold connecting our everyday world with spirit, with something of mystery, of the sacred. Albert Einstein once suggested, the most important function of art and science is to awaken the cosmic religious feeling and keep it alive. William Blake writes, to see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. An ancient doorway. A country lane. A moment of quiet meditation. Annie Dillard speaks of how since the very beginning, extravagant gesture has been the very stuff of creation. chief, Luther Standing Bear, spoke of the old people in the tribe, saying they liked to remove their moccasins and walk with bare feet on the sacred earth. The words of Chief Seattle, the earth does not belong to people. People belong to the earth. This earth is precious to the Creator. Our dead never forget this beautiful earth, for it is the mother of the red people. We are part of the earth, and it is a part of us. Saint Hildegard of Bingen also spoke of the sacred earth. Holy persons draw to themselves all that is earthly, she said. The earth is mother of all that is natural, mother of all that is human. She is the mother of all, for contained in her are the seeds of all. I'm sure we're familiar with the words of Francis of Assisi. All praise be yours, my Lord, through Sister Earth, our Mother, who feeds us in her sovereignty and produces the diversity of fruits and colored flowers and herbs. John Muir once said, "Should one faint by the way who gains the blessings of one mountain day? Whatever his or her fate, long life, short life, stormy or calm, they are rich forever." He also reminded us that everything that is connected. When we try to pick out anything by itself, we find it hitched to everything else in the universe. No particle is ever wasted or worn out, but eternally flowing from use to use. The final word this morning comes from Rabbi, philosopher, and spiritual radical Abraham Heschel. Just to be, he wrote, is a blessing. Just to live is holy. Beauty, spirit, an invitation. Hopefully you've noticed this morning the connections throughout the service to our theme of beauty and spirit. The final video was created by an organization called La Via Campesina. They lead a global movement among indigenous groups, peasants, and small growers or small farmers, with a focus on moving us towards a world where everyone has the food they need to live, and in which our food is local and grown in ways that are healthy for us and for the planet. This video brings together some beautiful artwork being created before our very eyes, and the music of the late, great Argentine singer of songs of liberation and justice, Mercedes Sosa. For those who want to read along, the video includes subtitles to the Spanish being sung.
Cuando tenga tenga la tierra, sembraré las palabras que mi padre Martín Fierro puso al viento. Cuando tenga la tierra, la tendrán los que luchan, los maestros, los hacheros, los obreros. Cuando tenga la tierra, te lo juro, semilla, que la vida será un dulce racimo y en el mar de las uvas nuestro vino. Cantaré, cuando tenga la tierra, le daré a las estrellas astronautas de trigales, luna nueva. Cuando tenga la tierra, formaré con los grillos una orquesta donde canten los que piensan. Cuando tenga la tierra, te lo juro, semilla, que la vida será un dulce racimo y en el mar de las uvas nuestro vino. Campesino, cuando tenga la tierra, sucederá en el mundo el corazón de mi mundo, desde atrás de todo el olvido. Secaré con mis lágrimas todo el horror de la lástima y por fin te veré, campesino, 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 dueño de mirar la noche en que nos acostamos para ser los hijos. Campesino, cuando tenga la tierra, le pondré la luna en el bolsillo y saldré a pasear con los árboles y el silencio, y los hombres y las mujeres conmigo.
Our closing words this morning are a poem that was read by the Reverend James Lawson a few weeks ago at the funeral service for Congressman John Lewis. The poem begins with the phrase, "When I die," but stay with me. This is a celebration of beauty, spirit, and life. The poem is titled "Meaning" by Czesław Miłosz. When I die, I will see the lining of the world, the other side, beyond bird, mountain, sunset. The true meaning, ready to be decoded. What never added up will add up. What was incomprehensible will be comprehended. And if there is no lining to the world, If a thrush on a branch is not a sign, but just a thrush on a branch, if night and day make no sense following each other, and on this earth there is nothing except this earth, even if that is so, there will remain a word wakened by lips that perish, a tireless messenger who runs and runs through interstellar fields, through the revolving galaxies, and calls out, protests, screams. Amen.
Thank you, David. I think your message today and the song touched on every single one of our 7 principles. Thank you, thank you. It was wonderful. We are so fortunate to have our UU congregation family to support each and every one of us. And in order to continue our virtual services and to keep our beautiful building protected, ready for our eventual return, we ask for whatever financial support you can provide today. There are multiple means to do this. You can see on the screen. If you go into the chat room, you can actually click on a link and donate right there. So thank you for your donation today. I will now extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again, even if it's only virtually. Okay, it is now time for joys and concerns.